Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan! Welcome to another streaming Saturday, and I welcome you to a very good day today. And we're going to play some Magic, do some other miscellaneous things, just hang out, that sort of thing. It's streaming Saturday. Let me send a quick text message over here, which I forgot to do, but while I'm getting set up, how's everyone doing today? We've got a few people on the chat so far. Very nice. Welcome. How are you doing? Let me just send a quick message here. And we'll get started with some gameplay. We've got some events. We've got some events to do and drafting and so forth. Various gameplay. I've got some other things lined up over here. All good. Very cool. How did you do that? How did you do an extra little accent mark on that O? That's like a secret technique, right? To put... Oh, you said you're on the tablet, so I think it's easier to do it on the tablet, right? So I'm gonna do my warm-up. I haven't played any Magic today, so there's a there's a 750. I was gonna say dollar, 750 gold daily today. So I'm gonna do that one first, and then we'll see about other things. Is my music volume okay? And what about my voice volume? Is my voice volume okay? I think I've got everything all set up. I get paranoid once in a while, like, did my settings get weird? Which they did when I turned on Stream Elements. It didn't recognize my microphone. I also plugged in a new webcam to do something. I guess we'll kind of do something like this. So I have the various cams. Hey there, Ashley, how you doing? Had a good week. I had a very good week today, definitely. The rest of the week, not so good. But then today, as we might know, was a very good day. And I think that was affecting me last week, you know. So now things are looking up, beginning to look up. There's still a long way to go. But let's talk about Magic. So I've got the got a few things that I wanted to do. Again, we'll do the dailies in a moment. So we're gonna check what are the rewards. And I think I'm way too bright. Let me see about just changing this one brightness right here. So we've got some challenges that we could do. So that's not gonna change that. Yeah, if I have more than one camera plugged in, it behaves slightly different than I would like. But anyway, we got some challenges that we could do. Nothing really different than other times. We've had these other times where we could draw stuff, remember that. So there's that. I also am planning, so I'm gonna do a reveal of something which I have right here at the edge of my desk. Can't really see it in the zone. But there's something on the desk over here, so part of it is what I'm holding here. I'm going to do a reveal of that a little bit later. I didn't do a video of it. I kind of wanted to do a video about it, but like wasn't feeling my best in the last couple of weeks. So I already opened it, and I thought I should have done an unboxing for it, but I'll do a kind of unboxing for it here with everyone in the stream. So I got that right over there. Probably also do a little bit of drawing just to change things up a little bit. I haven't done my drawing of the day, so I'll do one too. And then I've also got some other stuff over there. So let's do a little gameplay. I got a kind of like a variety of things, mostly Magic, of course, but with a variety of. Uh-oh, we might get Keeb coming in as well to say hello. My Twitch is acting kind of weird. It says I'm live on Twitch, but it doesn't really show anything on screen. I don't know if other people are on Twitch. If anyone's on Twitch at the moment and they can see me okay, say hello on the Twitch. But let's do a little gameplay to get the dailies. Actually, what's in the store for today? I think I saw that there was a deal today, which I'm still Yeah, so there is a deal. There's a gem deal today. Pay 1,500. Pay 1,500 to get 500 gems. 1,500 gold for 500 gems. Which I still feel like these are like, are they tricking us? But I think these are good deals, right? So I'll get some gems, because gems are worth more than gold. And I guess there's a pack to open. Well, I guess we'll open the pack in a little bit. Let's do some gameplay. I keep saying that over and over, but let's actually do some gameplay. So, cast 40 creature spells. Okay, how about then a creature focus deck? You all get to see the preview right here. I released the, I guess I have it. I should have gotten it. I released the Veto Brawl deck yesterday, I guess, and that was one that I was working on to make a. I took the starter kit and then I upgraded it to a Brawl deck with Veto. There's two versions. There's the budget version, and then there's the wild cards version, or price. What am I calling it? The pricey version, the big money version. So those are available now, and I've been working on the other one, which is Kolga. What's this ape's name again? Kolga, the Titan ape. So the green one, I've been working on the upgrade for that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that deck a little bit more just to wrap my head around it. I've got the two versions of the upgrade on that, the budget and the not budget version. So I'm going to play that for a little. It's mono green, so that I can see about further understanding the deck, seeing if it's a good upgrade, and then releasing the video about it soon. So that's how I'll start to get my, hey Stevie, how are you doing? Welcome. I'm just about to start a game over here so that I can test out. I don't know if you saw my video on YouTube about the upgrade that I did for the Veto, the Dusk Rose guy deck. So now I'm testing out the upgrade for the green deck. So I'm trying to get my daily reward, my daily gold, and I'm gonna test out the upgrade of the deck and see how it goes, to see if we are able to make it work good. And I've also got some other things, probably do a little bit of drawing. Plus I've got a reveal of something over here. Alright, Cat Shoe is the opponent. So the big idea with the deck, basically, is get out huge monsters. We have, of course, Kogla, which is 6 mana. It's a 7/6. As soon as it gets summoned, it fights another creature. Very violent. And then when it attacks, it destroys an artifact. So as I've been playing with this deck a little bit, the opponents suddenly realize, oh, there goes my mana rock. Ooh, there goes my food token. There goes my crystalline giant, and so forth. So Kolga's pretty cool. There it is right there. So 6 mana, it's a 7/6. Oh, and it's got an extra ability. Another one of these green cards with like a wall of text. The first one is, when it enters the battlefield, it fights. Second, when it attacks, it destroys an artifact. And then the third line is, pay 1 and a green to return a human you control to its owner's hand. Kogla gains indestructible until end of turn. So kind of hilarious, all of the things that it can do. And of course this is playing upon the trope of Godzilla and stuff. Not Godzilla, King Kong. Where were you, Arcane Signet, when I needed you? Anyway, let's bring out a mana rock. Okay, next turn another mana rock, and then Beanstalk Giant. 3, 4, 5. There's Nissa already. Then we got the Golgari Nissa, the one that's been tinged by death. They missed the land drop, so that's good for me. Okay, so we will do a Signet, a Beanstalk. We have all the mana that we need for Kogla. So Kogla can come out and fight that Dryad. comes in a mad rage, and it hits the opponent. Okay, they're missing mana draw. I mean, they're missing land, so they get to go get 2 lands. Double landfall off of that. So, if they're playing Golgari colors, that clearly means that they might have some removal at some point. Okay, so we'll bring out this big ape. I'm missing a mana drop now. And let's see if they have any removal. I can bring that out for 0. So they have black mana, so clearly, yep, there we go, Heartless Act. That is kind of obvious. If I get my next mana, I could make it come back. If I get my next mana, I could bring back Kolga. Let's see, that's not mana. Okay, so guess a giant, kind of a puny giant. 2 land drops missing in a row. You wonder if the black-green Nissa, Garruk, and Vraska would work together. The black-green Nissa. This one this one deals a little bit with the graveyard. You may put a creature card with CMC less than the lands. So it's got a Reanimator effect, and it has a Reanimator effect, and therefore it is interested in bringing back cards from the graveyard. The Vraska, I think Vraska might also bring stuff back from the graveyard. I think that Sir Conrad was important, so we'll say... How's the volume again? Is this hype track too hype? Okay, so that Grakmaw is pretty cool. When it dies, it comes back to life, basically, as a token. And suddenly I realize I'm at 9 life. My hand was very slow. I have a lot of good mana rocks and acceleration that I've been testing, but this one was way too slow. And they got their Planeswalker out fast, and it's been doing shenanigans. So it's at 12 already. So you may put a creature card with CMC equal to the number of lands you control, and they gets a +1. So I guess next turn I'm summoning Kogla, but then not much after that is important. They've got 2 cards left in hand. Another 6 damage on here. Yeah, that's just gonna create another 5/5. This is a little too hard to get through. Again, it happened way too slow. So that's gonna become a let me see if they take the bait right here. Well, I guess never mind. They wouldn't be able to take the bait because the elf needed to tap itself to do the thing. So we got a Gargaroth, another thing. Yeah, they have that locked up right there. So let's move on. I was just not able to get past their defenses. I was way too slow in my opening hand there, I guess. Now here's what I've been noticing about the latest update. It used to when you won or lost within like 2 seconds, you'd be able to click away to get away from it. But now it seems to be like stuck for up to 10 seconds. I've seen a few times when I've been playing that even at 10 seconds, it was like still thinking about what to do. Anyway, I'm just trying to get to my dailies at the moment. kind of have been noticing that the brawl matchups have been a little slow sometimes. Lord Chaos. Okay, so they got Kenrith and Gigantha. Okay, so we're in trouble on that. Gigantha, no cards, has more than one of the same mana symbol. So what does that mean? Everything's monocolor? No card in your starting deck has more than one of the same. More than one of the same. Okay, so it's double. Nothing has a double. Another terrible hand. That one's adequate. And, Humble Naturist. Mysterious Egg. Okay, so some mutation stuff's gonna happen. Yeah, they're gonna definitely build up mutation. That is a good one. As for myself, just gonna try to ramp as best as possible. So they'll probably mutate onto the egg, which will then the essence will +1 it. Huh, never mind. That's a little slow. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that being slow. Missed the land drop. Let's see if they fall for this. Not falling for it, which is fine, because then I need to go get some lands. 5, 6. Okay, I'm at 6 now. I have both. One of the things that I like about this deck is that there's a couple of these. It has a couple of these X creatures that I like. I like getting 1,000,000 mana, and then that's only a 4/4. Okay, well that's okay because we have your companion, but we have that as well. And then the opponent's like, that was the whole plot. That was the whole plot. That was the whole point of my deck. See how it's taking so long for this to finish. And yes, obviously I want to see it when I have a victory, but I don't want to stare at it for 10 seconds when I get a defeat. But yeah, the opponent had a very, very good commander. Kenrith is very good. It's that multicolor commander. People do amazing things with it. And then they had a companion too, Gigantha, which gives you 1,000,000 mana. But, my rageful ape just jumped onto the battlefield, took a swipe at it, and the opponent is like, GG. Okay, so this going slower than I'd like, but okay, let's play another game just to kind of keep trying to get this reward, and then we have other things to play and plus other things like this in my hand, which you will see it fully revealed in just a moment. So, what did everyone have to nosh on today? I ate a vegetable curry. We have a local Ashley, do you have Trader Joe's in your neck of the woods and or Sprouts Marketplace? Here in San Diego, we've got this place. They're like a couple of they started off as these organic food stores, like some of the first organic food stores in the area. Kind of a bit of a hipster place to shop as well. And I bought a couple of frozen entrees. You have both on the East Coast. Okay, cool. It's one of the places that's close. Gotta get rid of that right away. So, it probably won't fall for this, so let's see. But anyway, Trader Joe's and Sprouts, they're in the same shopping mall, and I go to them both. Mostly Sprouts, it has better activity to get into it. And alright, this will work. First +4 on that, and then bite onto that. That's a big old spider for people that are afraid of spiders. So anyway, I went to, they're like looking at my cards like, what was that amazing tech that they did upon me? So I bought some frozen entrees. I bought this vegetable curry. It was very good. It was, there's this restaurant, what's it called? I haven't been to it in a little while. A Thai restaurant, Meikwan. And I've been visiting that place for a long time, since like 2007, 2008. They have 2 locations. Actually, I think their first location closed down after, like, from 2007 until probably last year. It existed and then it closed. It wasn't because of COVID. It was just, you know, at the location that they were at. But this Thai food restaurant then opened near-ish to where I live, pretty close actually, like one. We're talking about Meikwan Thai food place, because I like to tell a lot of shaggy dog stories where I meander to a bunch of things. I was first talking about Sprouts and Trader Joe's, where I bought a curry, vegetable curry, which then reminded me of this other story of the Thai restaurant that I had been visiting for a long time. They opened up a location near where I live, about a mile away, and they're still around, but the original location in downtown, I believe they closed last year. So the vegetable curry that I had was reminding me of a very good dish that I had at that Thai food restaurant. So that was a good memory, a good palate memory, a sense memory. What do you call those when like a food reminds you of something, when a food triggers a memory? Is that a sense memory? Is that what they call that? A sense memory? Uh-oh. What are they going to do here? So I can take 6 damage. I know that they have some instant spells, so I think we'll be fine with 6 damage. Because if I get my next land, Kolga can come out and start to rage. But I think they're gonna do some sort. Oh look, they bought the charity sleeves. I was thinking of buying them myself. An extremely cute Ajani. For this charity, they have a charity in Washington State, where Wizards of the Coast is at, and they're counting my lands. They're like, please don't let them get one more land. So there's a charity Wizards of the Coast is engaged in at the moment, called Extra Life, where half the proceeds or most of the proceeds or something go towards this children's charity in the state. Okay, well, let's guess the safer thing is to can have blockers, so the opponent must be a bit upset that all my removal has been this bite type of removal. They're out of mana at the moment. Let's see if they don't read it yet. I don't think they're gonna read it. Oh, yeah. They're gonna first strike me. Oh yeah, they didn't read it. No, they read it. They read it. They were gonna first strike me, but then they read it. So they need 5 mana. I guess they'll just use up all of their mana, or possibly some instants. Kolga, they're still looking at Kolga, they're still counting. Yes, there are 5 mana. I just need 1 more mana. So props to the opponent. They are playing a VM Campos approved style of Brawl. Now, oops, I forgot to... I've got double music going on here. Sorry about this. I have the Arena Music plus my music. So obviously people can play how they want. I'm not gatekeeping anyone. People can play Magic however they want and enjoy Magic however they want. I like to play Brawl or Commander decks with with as much of a theme as possible. So props to the opponent that they... Oops, okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. So they're playing a humans deck. They're playing a commander, a Brawlmander, that is a human. So all the cards in the deck are humans. That's cool. I appreciate that when the opponent is on topic. Mine is all about big creatures, such as Kolga right there. And so I try to fill this deck with big creatures. A lot of ramp into big creatures. That's the big idea with that. Well, we're going to have to hold back for 1 more mana so that Kolga can come back. I missed a bunch of land drops in the beginning, and then now I'm one more land away from Kolga coming back. So let's see what happens. I have this Plummet, which hasn't been as useful as I would have liked. It definitely is a sideboard card, but... Giant Killer. There we go. There's the final land. Whoops. And then next turn I can attack, tap a creature for 2. Okay, so they'll be able to tap. If they use Giant Killer to tap Kolga, I can still attack, and they've got a 2/1. They have 1 more removal, sure. They're out of mana for... I don't think I'll be able to summon Kolga anymore, unless I get some of, like, my Cultivate or something. But anyway, man, that's a good one. And that is insurmountable. I have 1 turn left, unless they do a... like a buff. There it is. Okay. So GG opponent. It was pretty close. Is what I'm saying. Like, yes, I know that I didn't win and I would like to remove the screen as soon as possible. But the latest update for some reason changed a bunch of like little things. One of them is like it shows your rank in Brawl, which there's no rank in Brawl, so I'm not sure why it would do that. Yeah, I'm barely at 11 out of 40. I think I'm playing way too slow of a thing. So let me switch over to some other like creature heavy deck. I just want to get those. Let's do this Boros deck because it's this hasty Boros deck because it's a lot about the that one's definitely a little bit more about creatures. So this is that Boros deck where it's all about little creatures that become big creatures, such as this. Okay, so I like this. Let's see what the opponent has, because either of these would be good. They have black mana, so turn 1 Thoughtseize, nope, Crypt Breaker. So that's still going to be annoying because all my stuff is going to die. So I'll probably play the 10th District Legionnaire because it's got haste. He'll be able to do the 2 damage. Yeah. Well, alright. Well, I was going to be aggro, but I guess I'm going to hold back. No, I guess we'll go for it, because then the... I guess that was a good one. 3 things to tap, they do a double block. That was a misplay. I didn't put the Reaver first. I didn't think what I wasn't paying attention. I was so awestruck by the strategy that I didn't order those properly. Usually it does order things for you pretty well, so that's kind of weird. Yeah, this person's extremely conservative in terms of I'm very surprised that they're not attacking, but they really want to hold on to their 3 zombies to draw cards. Now, of course, right here I'm in big danger because they're playing mono black, so obviously there's some removal coming, but I have double seal-aways, so if I wanted to play a little smarter, I should keep my mana, Foulmire Knight, that's got... what do you call it? Fine. So this starts off as a 1/1, and now it is an 8/7 with trample and menace. So obviously they'll block with their Death Touch creature, probably their Reaver, and then tap and draw a card. Oh, they're gonna cast down. Okay. That does its thing as well. I'm missing a land drop. So definitely their whole strategy is reliant upon, well, now they've got 2 of them on the battlefield. I definitely need more lands. Yeah, this is not working out. They have way too much advantage. They've got double the ability to keep drawing cards. I'm missing land drops. They have all the mana. Let's just move on. And like I'm saying right here, it just pauses for such a long time, either if you win or lose. Let's see if we can get something better out of that. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to load up, these matches seem to be loading up slower. Well, I guess there's one, but it seemed to be kind of loading up kind of slow-ish. And again, the update, it shows me as I'm a platinum player, and then the opponent is bronze, so... that's a little weird. So it's a little weird on their latest update that it kind of shows you your ranking. Now remind me, because I'm definitely gonna forget when I get in the zone. I need to go get my wrist rest. I've been having a little wrist trouble for the last couple of days. Too much computer usage, maybe. So I'm gonna get my wrist thing that straightens things right after this game, and then a crab. Okay, I know what they're doing. They're going to be doing the old Arcady Saboth. Going to do the old Arcades Saboth trick with a bunch of walls. And they're gonna be, or maybe the, what's it called, the high alert, or whatever that thing is that it can turn all their walls into attack. Yeah, there we go. Watley can also do that. So that's a 5/5, that's a 4/4, sure. So probably they'll block the little one, that's fine. Missed the land drop. Not my opponent. Another crabby. Another turtle. Well, I salute the opponent for doing a cool on-brand type of deck. Yeah, this is a bug. Check it out. I'm trying to select to attack, and the mouse wasn't triggering properly. Oh, I see. Also, when it attacks, they get big, huh? That's 9 damage. Well, I got outplayed. No more creatures, and everything is an attacker. So okay. The opponent the opponent got there perfect. You have the same problem with the wrist when you use Durable. Okay, so yes, thanks for reminding me on the wrist. Let me go get that right now, and then we'll continue with this in just a moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave something right here, possibly like that. I don't think it's going to be visible, but I'm going to put something there on my reveal cam over here, and we'll reveal it once I get back in just a moment. Alright, so got the thing on, and hopefully that gives a little bit of wrist relief. I was using a lot of the computer, even though I switch between because I am ambidextrous on the computer mouse. I was doing a lot of videos recently, I guess, prepping a lot of videos, so it was kind of starting to bother me, and I noticed it like at the end of the day yesterday, and then today, and then I'm gonna stream now, so I should put this on just to prep on that. So here's what I'm gonna do. First of all, let me take a sip of my grown-up beverage. Now let's do this over here, the reveal. I think I'm making it sound way too amazing, but it's cool. I might have mentioned this maybe on the Discord or elsewhere. So this is like an art card for a Kickstarter project. So this will look familiar, of course, to some of us that have played Magic for a while. This is the good old Kumbaj Witches. Obviously no one knows how to pronounce it. I always called it Kumbaj Witches. And Quambaj, whatever way it would be pronounced, Quambaj. I always called it Kumbaj Witches. Quambaj Witches. Yep, it's the good old 2 black to cast. It's a 1/3. Tap it to deal 1 damage to any target. Then an opponent picks to do 1 damage to any target. So obviously on a 1v1, it's I hit you, you hit me. Like, okay, it's a bad card. But in Commander, this is great politicking. Okay, Janet, I'm gonna tap this and ping Bill's Planeswalker, and then I'll let you pick the 2nd damage and also hit the Planeswalker. And she says, yeah. So in Commander, it's a cool card. Arabian Nights, yeah, exactly. But see, you're reading the classic text of it, and opponent deals 1 damage to any target of yours. Yes, again, in a 1v1, but when you're doing multiplayer, this is just about to be reprinted in the new Commander set. So in Commander, it's not horrible. Now, if we look at it closely, we also see that it has a gold signature. So it is from the original artist, Kaya Foglio, herself. And on the, it's kind of glary, but down on the bottom right, left, whatever, it says 150, and then there's also a gold number 1 there, if you can further see it. This is number 1 out of 150. And if you further read everything that it says there, limited edition playmat. So this is the art card representing the Kickstarter project that I kickstarted with Kaya Foglio and husband Phil Foglio to get my very own one-of-a-kind out of 150 in the world Kumbaj Witches playmat. And if you further look on the corner over here, signed by Kaya also, and it's 1 out of 150. So I did the Kickstarter for this, I think at the end of last year. And of course they needed to be funded, and they got funded so much. Even the professor gave them a shout out on his channel a while ago, and they went into so many stretch goals. They were trying to get like $10,000, and they got like $300,000 or something, and they got so many stretch goals. So the original was just gonna be like 1 or 2 examples of their art, and then they went off to so many other things. They had Kismet and Sulphurous Springs, Greed, Millstone, Mishra's Factories, and so there were so many to choose from, and I wanted to get this card because this is like totally from my youth. I never got the Arabian Nights one. I started playing with 4th edition. So the Chronicles reprint was my card from back in the day. And I thought the art was really cool, and I thought its ability and so forth was kind of cool. And so I have my Chronicles reprint somewhere, maybe here, and it's this is 4th edition. I don't have Chronicles. It's Fallen Empires. That's Ice Age. But I think it's here. I think no, this is a whole. Yeah, Ice Age is big, so it's just Ice Age. I guess it's in the Alliances notebook, because Alliances is the small set. I guess it's right over here. Yeah, here's Chronicles. So, Quombage Witches in black. Here we go, right here. So, the quote original reprint from the original card right there. So, here we go. So, Quombage Witches double black. Summon Witches, reprinting from Arabian Nights. And then let's see what the original text looked like. Sorry about this. Like I said, I just bought a new camera recently, but it's still... Quombage Witches deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Nowadays it's any target, including Planeswalker. Witches also deals 1 damage to target creature or player of target opponent's choice. Choose your target first. So very, very wordy. You get to deal 1 damage to something, and then you pick an opponent. Nowadays, it always said and then it says Quombage Witches also deals 1 damage to target creature or player of target opponent's choice. So it always said target opponent's choice. And then with multiplayer, you can then pick how you want to do things. Oh man, all of these Chronicles cards. Remember this one right here? Amazing art on that. Another horrible card. Banshee. So, yeah, your memory's not that bad. What about Banshee? I should challenge you before I show you what the Banshee does down there. What does Banshee do? So, amazing epic art. Let me cover it up a little bit right here. What does Banshee do? There's an X in the casting cost. Double black X with amazing art. And there we go. Look at that amazing art. I'll give you a couple of seconds. You remember what that one does? This is reprinting from the dark. And is one of these other classic cards from back in the day. You can't remember that one? Okay, no problem. This one's complicated. X and tap. Banshee deals X damage, half rounded up to you, and half rounded down to target creature or player. So, if you've got more life than the opponent... Oh, it's not double black. I saw it properly. It's double black and 2. It's never going to focus, but it's a double... It's black, black, 2. There we go. It's an X in the activated ability, not in the mana cost. But it... let's say you pump 10 mana into it. It'll deal 5 damage directly to you and 5 damage to the opponent. So, the good old days when the cards were either extremely overpowered or the opposite of that, right? So that was the reveal, and I guess I had the down pointing camera there as well to show it like that. And then as a playmat, it doesn't even fit there. So yeah, I got the that's what I wanted to show. Did the Kickstarter off of that, and it came in maybe 3 weeks ago. And I wanted to do an unboxing video of it, and there wasn't too much, right? There was the mat itself, and there was the art card. Hey, Jakivis, how are you doing? I was just showing off. I'll show it one more time. But I should have done I was planning on doing it in an unboxing, but again, the last few weeks weren't amazing. But feeling better today and stuff, so I wanted to show that off. And so, Jack, here's what we were talking about. I got here a signed art card by Kaya Folio, magic artist from back in the 90s when I first played. It's number 1 of 150, so there's a limited run of these, 150, and this is signed number 1 because it's the certificate of authenticity for the playmat that I kickstarted. And so there it is as a playmat. And then also, if you look in the corner, signed by her, and it's 1 out of 150. So it's the art of that card that I played back in my youth. Not an amazing card, but I wanted to kickstart. Their project, Phil and Kaya Folio. They used to do magic back in the 90s, magic art, and it was just like very memorable and evocative of the cards that I used to play back in the day, and I wanted a little piece of memory from that. So I got their playmat. It came in recently, and wanted to show it on the stream. So when we get back to playing in real life, you'll be able to see it in real life there, Stevie, and then you can see the authentic signature and everything. So that's what I wanted to show there. We've got other stuff to do that I also want to kind of change things up with a little bit. But let's get back to some gameplay. I'm still trying to get these creature spells. Well, I think I'm going to combine it with playing the event and then maybe some draft. So I'm gonna play the event so I can get those. I don't know why I'm playing, where I'm trying to get the reward and not playing the event. So let's play the event to get the reward, which I haven't seen this one at all yet. So we've simply loved showing you around Zendikar during this festival, but as our journey comes to a close, it's time to put all we've seen into practice with a hands-on survival test. When you're out exploring, you won't always have everything you think you need. What happens when your pack is empty and your favorite rope snaps? You'll have to make the best use of what you've got, putting the gear to work in ways that you might not have thought. Can you survive with limited tools and resources? Limited resources. This is the mark of a true adventurer. Bring a 60-card deck using only cards from the past 3 standard sets, which is Ikoria, Core 21, and Zendikar. Change your deck at any time. The following cards are not allowed. Omnath. Is the current standard only those 3? I thought we had a 4th. Let me confirm here. They're not counting Theros. Actually, they're not counting Theros or... They're not counting Theros or Eldraine. They're only counting Ikoria, Core 21, and Zendikar. Bear Grylls, yeah, I haven't seen a show in a while. That was a fun show. Before that, there was another show where this guy was also trying to do like adventures, but they were a little bit more urban, and it was like just like weird adventures, like, you know, swimming with sharks. And he'd have to get these challenges done. I don't remember the name of the show at all, but it was another, you know, British guy or whatever, and he was kind of going in weird adventures. So, okay, so this event only lets you play with a deck with those possibilities. Let's see if I even have any that qualify. So it seems kind of fun. So the rewards are one of these weird emotes, another weird emote, And then we've got, ooh, okay, I like the Terrible Scythe Cat, I want that one. And a Canopy Bela, don't really use it. Makindi Ox, don't really use it. And a Marog. I like the art, but I don't use that card. So let's try out this event. Do I have any decks that even qualify? Just two. Apparently the Zendikar booster, you know, the party deck that we made. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are the ones we updated. It wasn't the 5-color ones anymore. So apparently the only ones that would qualify for this are these two decks. I'm just gonna play with it a little bit and then maybe switch over to or craft a deck that might be a little bit more winnable, or maybe take a current deck and change it a little bit. And when it's trying to talk to me, at what age do they sort of start to say some discernible sounds, like 2 years or something? Yes, another horrible opening hand. Nadark is the opponent. Okay. You have a turn 1 play. I have a turn 1 play. I have a Heartless Act. I do a Heartless Act. Reading the card explains the card. "6 months old and she's making sounds." That's good. Now be careful, of course, if you have her continue to come and hang out on the stream, she's going to grow up with a Southern California American accent. And she's going to sound pretty funny saying, "I'm going to get on the lorry and, etc." What's some good slang that I need to know about? Some good New Zealand slang that I need to know about? I know you've told me before, but our first words are going to be the Veto of the Dusk Rose. So got a couple of goblins doing their thing. Clerics of Life's Blood. That's not good. There's that life gain. Well, GG opponent. Let's see, once again, will they read the card? Nah, they're gonna let those 1/1s go through. This is the race right here. Probably what they should do is +1 their own. Well, I guess they'll double plus that. Protecting themselves. Okay, well, GG opponent. That's when I needed my white mana for that. Yeah, I remember this. I guess people are trying to play this competitively. I don't think my deck is going to be extremely competitive, but we'll give it another shot. Alright, so this might be better. We've got some 1 turn and 2, 3 plays. Yep, I like that. So Yaki Udon is the opponent. They have one of the Zendikar spirit avatar things, which I kind of don't love. I don't love how they're You can't really tell what they are. They are like some sort of like bipedal avatar thing, but never quite felt that they were. Oh, that's a big one. It has single strike and double strike, so that icon looks pretty cool. So obviously I need to wait because Garruk's Harbinger does cool stuff when it hits for damage. It's pretty fake. So that's gonna get through something good. Tangle thing. The magic should be a magic champ at age 5. Yeah. Okay, let's first of all get rid of this. It might have like a giant growth or something because it's pausing. Does that give hexproof? Do they have the Ajani's heroes something or other? Well, one final from Hell's Heart, I stab at thee. So, fine. So I just have to make sure they don't have a shatter. Okay, of course they're gonna have another one of those. If I can get my... Yeah, what is up with the... with just like the weird mana distribution? I just feel like all of the... These recent games have been kind of weird with their mana distribution. So I wasn't going to have any sort of creature to put as a blocker. They would have attacked with a 4/3. They would have then gotten a card off the top of their deck. I'd be falling behind. So we can try another one. Cycling Maniac. Hey, is that Rickman? Playing, I know that's not his name, but he's into cycling, so I just thought about that. This is kind of actually bothering more. It's kind of like in a certain spot, feels weird, but we'll see. Okay, turn 1 Banneret, turn 2 Catcher. Although I could do a Relic Axe. I think maybe I'll put the Relic Axe out. So that'll be a 3/3. Okay. Next turn, okay, that's good. They're building a dog deck. Building a dog deck. Actually, I was left a voice message that I didn't hear, so I'm just muting myself. Alright, so what does that savior do again? Gains indestructible, so that won't matter. Let's see if they don't read that and think that it's a destroy. Okay, I can live with that. 5 damage. If they get their 4th land, they'll be able to +2. +4 if they get their 4th land. It's actually kind of annoying me. I'm surprised that I kind of feel like pressure on it in a weird way. Synchronized spellcraft. Let's see if they sacrifice their savior for one of those curs. Interesting. So that might mean if it... Well, I don't know what they've got going on. They could block with the savior and then sacrifice the savior and not take damage out of something. Or double block. They don't need to double. I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna plus that cur and then give it the savior's power to make it indestructible and take out my 3/3. Okay, I guess that's another thing. I keep getting surprised by this opponent. That's what they want to hold on to. Okay, I can kind of do something cool here. Bring out the Blade Master, equip that. That's gonna get double strike. It's gonna be a 4/3 with double strike. So if they block with something and then savior it, they have to block because then it has trample. Okay, so that's actually going to be a lot of damage, because if they sacrifice itself... Fine, that's going to be the full 8 damage directly. Double strike. Yeah, it had... That was deadly. It had double strike plus trample. So they thought that they'd be able to block with that 1/1, absorb all the combat damage, and they'd have it. But with that trample, that's not how it turned out. But that was another... I think that's what they call Paw Blade. Were any of you... her first words... Yeah. Were any of you... Thank you. Were any of you playing back when Caw Blade was like the big deck? A few weeks ago on my Magic podcast, I had Mythic Michaela, and she talked about that she played during the age of Caw Blade, and recently they made Paw Blade, which was that deck that they were playing there, although they weren't getting all the pieces that they needed. So trample is the most unobservability. It's the one that always gets sneaking. Yeah, that's one of the good ones to have to get through the final bits of damage and so forth. All right, let's see what this emote is now. I'm enjoying a new dawn, a new adventure. I often use that one. I haven't been doing it these times. I've been distracted, but I've been doing the a new dawn, a new adventure a lot instead of the hello. I've been enjoying that one. This one's way too salty. I don't know why they put this one in Arena. You worry too much. So I've been doing that one a lot, not on stream, because I'm on good behavior, I guess. But that one is like perfect to really taunt your opponent, like when they're trying to decide if they're gonna block or whatever, and they're thinking. I like to do that. You worry too much, and then that really like triggers them. I won this one. Zendikar's Restless. I tried it for a little bit, but like I never really find a good time when to use that one, so I don't have it activated. Let's see this brand new one that I just won. Every rebirth looks like a death. That one might be fun. That one might be fun to trigger my opponents with. So I'll select it. Like when like when their best creature dies. I can say that ironically. Let me do a quick refill of my beverage and then continue the game in one moment. I'm gonna be right back so fast that I don't even need to put it onto the be right back screen, even though I should, because that is way more professional. I don't know if you can hear me from the kitchen. Can you hear me over here talking to myself in the kitchen? I'm at the refrigerator and I'm getting my beverage. It'd be interesting to know how good my microphone is picking up from this distance. But now I am returning to the room over here and I should be pretty audible. And as I come over here, I'm clearly audible. So, out of curiosity, how much could you hear from me going over there to the kitchen? Just out of curiosity, did you hear me talking in the kitchen as well? Zendikar's Restless would be good if they're taking too long on their turn. Ooh, okay, actually I like that. Because they took out the your go. But that's a good one. If they're taking forever, that'd be a good one to like say, hey, it's your go, because they took it out. It is about time that they added new emotes. Let's play one more with that deck. Very faint voice once you walked out. Couldn't make out what you were saying. I was saying basically that if people could answer the trivia question, I was going to mail $100 bills to all of the fans. So if you couldn't quite hear the question, I can't help you with that. So, Banneret. Well, the deck feels consistent if the mana is there. I think it needs more removal. Oh man, that's like the best card ever. That's about to be a 3/3. If I double block and have the final damage from the charger pick off the aspirant, actually that's even better. They're not going to attack with a wall of blockers. Okay, I don't have Akiri to do any shenanigans with. I don't have Akiri to. I don't have any equipment to do shenanigans with Akiri yet. That's the card that you have to ban from this tournament, this event. That's a 6/5. Well, as soon as I get my good cards, you'll see. So that has trample. That's going to be huge, right? They're going to put double counters on it, and then it gets big when it attacks with another +2. So it's going to be like an 8. And I guess that has haste. That does not have trample. That's only 2, 3, 4. That's only 4 in total. So, I'll just put a big wall of resistance here, but pretty dead, because that bug catcher, and then that's gonna go in the air, so yeah, the opponent is showing off too much. Player zombie. Yeah, this wrist thing is actually kind of, I feel like it's getting pressure on a certain side of the arm. So I'm going to take it off for a little bit, maybe put it back on in a moment. Or a better way to cure that is to use the computer less for a few days. Alright, let me see about going with a different deck. So it's only... No, I feel that it's like my bone right here is getting constrained. What is the cat doing over here? It's gonna knock down. Can I do it like this? Over here, kitty. Look at that. It is. Look at that. It's knocking over my comic box. I have that comic box there, and then the top of the box was leaning up against the box, and then it was exploring, because cats love to explore, and then right at the moment that I brought up the camera, then it knocked it over, and then it ran off over there. So that's pretty funny. Over there is my magic stuff, and at the very top, the that top deck right there is my Zakama Commander deck right there. Oh, and then look, there's my t-shirts. I should wear my t-shirts. Hey everyone, remember I've got merch. What is my link to my merch anyway? vmcompost.streamelements.merch or something. Merch. Where do I have my merch? I'm sure I'll remember in a moment. VM Compost, what is it? Yeah, I have to look it up. Anyway, if you want your own official VM Compost t-shirt, ships internationally. It is at my merch store. So, I can only bring decks from Core 21, Ikoria, or Zendikar. So what is this one? M21, Zendikar. I think this would be a cool one to start off with to edit. So alright, so banishing light won't work. They're allowing Ikoria, right? Oh, that's cool. The only thing I needed to remove from that one was one card. Okay, let's play with some cats to try to get that reward. So I'm going to switch over. There we go. So the only thing that needed to be changed was banishing light. Instead, I had to put a Faith's Fetters in there, which is close enough. Alright, so this is all good here. Got a lot of cats to do fun stuff with. Turn 2, Root Grazer. Turn 3, Scythe Cat. You're gonna go with a Death Touch creature. Fine. I'll be able to do some shenanigans with my Grazer. You're calling it early. You have to be up early tomorrow. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you so much. Find out more time to hang next time. Yes, thank you for coming and stopping by, watching a few matches and so forth. You have a good night. And hey, Chance, see you're also hanging out. Were you around when we revealed the brand new playmat? But anyway, Ashley, thanks for stopping by, and see you next time. Oops, I'm about to get Primal Mighted. Sure. That is a thing you could do. A thing that I could do is a double cat. I might as well go for it. If they block, that's fine. It's still got trample. If they don't block, then I could bring out Lurus and then resummon my Root Grazer, which does a cool combo with lands. You just got here looking for a fun deck, though. How about cats? How do you define cats? As I define them as fun, so that's what I'm playing. It's Selesnya. It's got some good combos. It's a bunch of little kitties getting vicious. Are you on the Discord? Are you on the official VM Compost Discord? Because then I can easily pass you this deck list and so forth. We have a fun time on the Discord there, putting out cool deck lists and other fun stuff. You define cats as perfect. Fake. No one plays with Return to Nature. Okay, check out this big brain play right here. 2 creatures in 1 turn. How do they do it? Okay, so they play their land, that becomes a big creature, who cares? Then if I can keep these things alive. Mana War Visionary, sure. So today's stream is brought to you by Irish Cream Liqueur. Ask for it by name. Okay, so Kahira makes everything big and vigilant. See, this is the deck you want. Chance, check out all the synergy. Kahira gives +1 to everything, plus vigilance. Root Grazer lets you play an extra land. Territorial Scythe Cat gets landfall triggers. Root Grazer helps you with lands. And Lurus lets you bring back a couple of things from the graveyard. So, cats. Although the Root Grazer is technically a beast, so it's an honorary cat. You've been good on the Discord under Azalar. Oh, okay, cool. Everyone's always got cool names that I can never keep straight. So return a basic land, bring that back over here, replay it right there. That is suddenly a 6/5. As for cats, you're working on amassing your cat collection for a cat deck of your own. Very nice. That is, that's an 8/7. Sure. And they're like, never mind, I'm attacking you with an 8/7, but your cats are much too vicious. So I say, good day to you. Okay, won the second emoji, or emote. We'll activate that too. I gotta remember to use more of these emotes to really do some psyops on the opponent. But what's this new emote? Iona no longer guards this place. We do. Yeah, that's another one. Like, how? Help me out there in the chat. What sort of... When would this emote be useful versus your opponent? Obviously, a new dawn, a new adventure is like a hello. The Zendikar's Restless is a your move, you're playing slow. A you worry too much is obviously a big troll taunt. Rebirth, every rebirth looks like a death. I don't know what that one would either be, but I would probably try to use it as a troll taunt somehow. And then Iona no longer guards this place. We do. Like, do you use that like when you're about to do? Yeah, when you win. That's what I was about to say. When you're about to win, like they're tapped out of mana, all their creatures are tapped, and you've got lethal on board, and you say Iona no longer guards this place. We do, and then you go in for the damage, right? Some of these emotes. Plus, I think this little guy's starting to work because the world is an amazing place again. That was probably because of the good news today. But okay, I got two. Let's play another one. We'll switch it up to some draft because not loving this event. Again, it's all about the rewards. Even if they threw in a pittance of gold, I think people might play this better because those like alternate arts, I don't know like what special data they have that reveals that the that people like to play these events with no big rewards. Oh, look at that turn 1 ruined crab. They are going to tell their grandchildren about this for the rest of their lives. As long as I get my third land, I'll be okay. Okay, so I got saved from 3 dead hands, but then that's a 4th dead hand. Okay, well, we're about to get milled twice, Evolving Wilds. But look at that, that was 6. That was 6 empty hands. That was 6. That would have been 6 turns with no third land. So Ruined Crab kind of saved me. Now they are going to hold on to that Evolving Wilds so that they can do a double land drop for that Scute Swarm. Well, never mind. Well, there goes all my land. But I guess I'll be okay as long as I get... Guess I'll be okay with 3 lands. If I get my 4th land, however, then I had a huge vein of mana. Roiling. Okay, they're gonna double... drop 2 lands. They're getting closer to their 6. Well, Faith's Fetters does not can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. That Nahiri's Binding activated abilities. Yeah, I don't have any way to get rid of that Scute Swarm, so this is going to be hard to do. Oh, I know. Well, no, actually, I don't have a ram through or anything. Yeah, this is they have everything that they need. So we will move on. They really ramped into a lot of mana. They had double Scute Swarm. They were going to make 1,000,000 creatures. I don't have a way to deal with very easily, I guess, with 1 Scute Swarm. Let's change that up a little bit, perhaps. Swift response if they attack. They're not going to attack with their Scute Swarm. The only thing that would deal with the Scute Swarm is an exile effect, but Glass Casket, but that doesn't count in this mode. All of the exile effects are in Theros. Actually, Blade Banish. No, but that's for a big creature. Journey to Oblivion. That would take care of a Scute Swarm. Actually, maybe Secure the Scene would be better than a Journey to Oblivion, because the party reduction wouldn't even kick in. Plus it deals with permanence. Whoops. Okay, so I've been streaming for 1.5 hours, and I'm finally going to get my reward for the day, my daily gold. I don't know why it's felt like this has been one of the hardest ones to do, even though it's not that complicated. It was like attack with 25 creatures or something. Turn 1 Ruin Crab? No, turn 1 other mill creature. Fine. This like rogue, this Dimir rogue deck has been really popular with people. So probably Zareth San is gonna do stuff. That's on turn 4. So get ready for that. Okay, Nahiri's Binding would be the only thing that would help me against that. I guess having blockers would be helpful too, but let's see if they have the removal. That could be a Heartless Act with 1 black. They could Kamikaze with 2. No, they're not attacking. Okay, fine. Next turn, Felidar Retreat to start to make cats. One more Thought Guy. Yep, they're definitely, mark my words, all of these are rogues. They're going to drop their 4th land next turn. They're going to attack with everything. One of the things that I don't block will be enough for... Hey, I could have attacked and it had Vigilance, whoops. But one of those rogues that I'm not going to be able to block will become Zareth San, that tricky ninjutsu, rogue jutsu, and steal something off of me. Watch. They'll get their 4th land. You need 4 lands for Zareth San. Okay. Each opponent mills 8. Fine. Have everything that I need at the moment. Everything gets +3. Oh yeah, and everything gets big because I've got stuff in the graveyard. Anyway. One more of these, sure. Okay, more Militude. They're really going all in. I'm surprised that that wasn't a Zareth San attack. So those are going to do more damage. Sure. I'll play the Prowling Felidar. Play a Prowling Felidar. It's pausing for some reason. What? Okay, sacrifice. Okay, so I'll attack with a 4/5 with vigilance. They have one card in hand. They're gonna copy their Wind Robber, or one of those, I guess. I guess they're really going for a mill game. Pretty excited. You purchase a brush, pen, ink. Should I say I like it? You're excited. I've been playing with a brush. I bought one too, and it's pretty tricky, so I can't wait to see how that goes for you. Okay, so they're going to draw a card off of that. I've got 25 cards left. Well, I want to guarantee a land drop, of course. They probably won't double block here. Okay. So they have 8 damage in the air, 3 cards in hand. Teferi, okay, so they're gonna possibly phase out one of my creatures. Now they're gonna go for a card draw. Although if they do phase out my flyer in the air, they could do 8 damage in the air. Although they will be... yeah, see, exactly, they're going to draw a card. So next turn, they're going to phase out my attacker. Okay, we can do a Vivian. Let's do a bunch of cats. Let's see if they get greedy. I always do this wrong. When I have 2 at once. Okay, so first it's make a cat and then +1. There we go. So that's getting phased out. As I predicted. And then we'll go with just directly to the face. They'll have 1 life left. They probably will block. I think they're going to be too scared to be down to 1 life. Oh, okay. I guess not. YOLO. I'm going to do 8 in the air. Is this where they finally do their Zareth Zan sneak attack? Okay. That's worthless. Draw and discard. Okay, I'll probably bring out a Vivian at this point to then make a blocker. That's still game over there, right? They went for a card draw. Yeah, they didn't read their card. I didn't even notice it. It's Teferi lets you draw a card and then discard a card. So they just drew a card and threw it directly to the bin. And then I'm attacking with 3 creatures. They have 2 blockers. So I don't know why I'm worried. There we go. Cripulum. I was trying to do some big brain plays. I thought that they were going to phase out my attacker. I think that would have been the better play because then I didn't have much air defense. I would have had 1 air blocker and they would have had 3 air attackers. Plus they could have then phased out 1 more. So I think they got way too greedy with like, Teferi lets me draw cards. But then the second half of that sentence is draw a card and then discard a card. So if you have no cards in hand, you just threw away a card. Alright, I got the third one. I'm going to move on now. I'm not... Thank you for that. I'm not... I don't... Yeah, see, I want that one. That looks pretty cool. And I have that in the deck. So I'll put that in there. And I finally got my reward on that. Attack with 40 creatures. So... Oh, I got a bunch of stuff. I also got XP. So let's enjoy all of these spoils. Over at the Mastery Pass... I get a brand new little ball thing, so we'll put that at, what do I want here? I guess the Hagramaling. Don't really use that card, but I'll take the style. Sorry, let me just reply to one thing here that my mom sent, which is pretty funny, but anyway, okay, so I got that, and then we'll open up a booster pack as well. We got the, got a booster pack at some point. Relic Robber, oh, that one's really fun. That's the goblin that gives you a flaming artifact that damages you. I'm just laughing at I'm laughing at this video my mom sent me. I'll show you right now on the camera. They got a kitten recently. This is so funny. They got a new kitten recently, but they already had a grown-up cat. So originally the grown-up cat didn't want to have anything to do. The grown-up cat didn't want to have anything to do with the kitten because it wasn't her kitten. But then now that the kitten is growing up and getting frisky, they're playing, and like this is a big cat playing with a little kitten, and sometimes I think this is a big cat bullying a little kitten, but you can be the judge of that right here. Let me put it on screen right here. When you get your own place next year, you get settled that you're gonna actually get a kitty. Yeah, that'd be really cool. See if you're able to handle it. I think that'll be cool. Cats are one of the better pets to get. You know, all pets are amazing, but cats are cool because you don't have to walk them. They do their own thing. They love you as they want. But anyway, check it out right here. So here's the video that my mom sent. That's the grown-up cat, and you won't see what this is until I play it. But once I play this, so okay, what's it doing? Oh, I see a little tail over there. Well, it's the grown-up cat wrestling with the little kitten, and the grown-up cat is like 3 times bigger than the kitten. See, there it is right there. And you think, well, that big cat is bullying that little cat. But then, as you will see in the rest of the video, the little kitten is like, oh yeah? It's all out of... So then the little kitten... Sorry about that, it's overexposed. But then the little kitten's like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? See, and then it fights back against the big cat, and then it even chases it away, and then it keeps fighting it. And then fights it up to there. It's like, I'll get you. So... yeah, that's the video right there. And at first, I thought, no, that big cat's bullying the little cat. And let me just do a quick reply here. So yeah, now that little cat is growing, it can handle itself against the big cats. But when 2 weeks ago when it was smaller, I'm like, no, don't let that other cat play with it so gruffly. But now that it's grown up more, it's like I can handle myself. Let me just do a quick reply here. Alright, so I forgot the name of the show. I could do an America's Home Videos, the Animal Planet version. That's a classic show. I used to watch that with my family in the late 80s, I guess, early 90s. It was so funny. It was so novel. Like, of course, no one had cell phones. They didn't exist. So you couldn't be constantly recording, and you had to have your big old camera, you know, as big as a bazooka, basically, and then you're recording your family, and like funny stuff happens, and then you send it to Bob Saget. Well, when I was watching it, it was Bob Saget. I don't know if who was the host when you were watching it, but people were sending in the funniest America's Funniest Home Movies and home videos, and I think it still was going on for years and years and years, even in the age of cell phones, and then, you know, viral. You remember the old school video cameras? Those were massive. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my mom sent another video. Let's see, is this one? Okay, I haven't seen this one yet. Let's see another one of these cat versus cat videos. Here's another one. A little out of focus, but here we go. So a little cat versus big cat. Look at that, it's chasing it away. And then they're doing the cat. So that little cat looks like a cousin of my own cat. So yeah, there it is. Speaking of cats, my cat is like, hey, pay attention to me. He's like, you're talking about other cats. I'm the only cat in your life. Now, I'm not sure. I already fed him at his allotted time. Look, he's still looking at the comic box. I have other boxes right there. He's gonna sit on my comic box. No. The last 2 years of Bob Saget. So who was there after Bob Saget? I know they still did like 10 more years after he left it. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't cause any more mischief. Anyway, there. Okay, so let me do one quick break, and then I think after the break, do a little bit of drawing, and then after that drawing, we'll do some draft. So this time I will be right back. One quick moment, and we'll do some more gameplay. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. John Fugelsang replaced him. I think I remember that. Yeah, Bob Saget was on that for a long time, and then he got replaced, or he moved on. Okay, so I'm gonna change things up for a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of drawing. I haven't done my drawing of the day, so we're gonna switch over to this camera over here. I'm gonna set myself up in this area to draw, but I just need to set this area up. Plus, I'm going to turn on this light over here. There we go. And going to get the drawing. Going to get the drawing pad, although the camera with auto. Let's see, can I increase the brightness? Configure. Let's see over here. Turn off auto exposure. There we go. So yeah, that'll work. Okay, so got the drawing. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to draw Dustin from the Stranger Things comic. My own version of the character. So I might not be looking at the chat as much as I could, but that's the drawing I want to do today. So got the head, the usual delineations of the parts of regular human anatomy. Got the nose, got little mouth thing there. This mouth is kind of an open, like an open, oh no. So this comic came out recently. This took place during it's a prequel, before the start of season 3, when Dustin was talking about going to science camp. This is what this comic actually. I just noticed you can't see anything. Just one moment. Sorry about that. It's overexposed, so let me change it over here. Yeah, I guess the compromise will be, so that's not visible. Well, I'm gonna ink it in a moment. Yeah, okay, don't worry just yet that you can't see all the details. When I ink it, you will see it. But anyway, this comic is you haven't drawn anything physically since April, since the class got canceled. You've been doing digital, slowly trying to get back into physical. I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of want to do more digital. But I've been doing it all physical recently. He's kind of got a big neck now that I notice right here. So I never took any figure drawing classes. It was just still lifes and stuff. But I wanted to, and what I do is I do the from reference. He's got that luxurious hair that he got on the previous season. Well, he's always had that hair, curly hair. Figure out the details one moment. Got his microphone thing. So I haven't read the book yet, so I don't remember who all the characters are, but I think that's his girlfriend that he kept talking about on season 3. So this is interesting because Stranger Things is all about the supernatural, and this comic is playing much more in the 80s tropes of horror movies. There's a crazed killer at science camp, which they never mentioned in the show, but he was at science camp and there was a killer killing everyone. Alright, so that's fine for the initial sketch. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can... Where is exposure? Right there. So yeah, that's not going to be too visible. Sorry about that. But when I ink it, it'll be good when I ink it. Okay, so let me do the first pass on inks. So obviously I'm just trying to, when school goes back to person, you want to take life drawing 2. Oh, you took 1. How many levels do they have actually? Do you know, maybe? So I took a still life class. See, that's much more visible. Yeah, right there. With the exposure. So I took the still life class. From where you look, most classes have 2 levels. His chin's a little bit more sculpted than it should be. Guess I can fix that in a moment. But he's got big lips. So yeah, so did you ever watch did any of you ever watch the Stranger Things show? I didn't watch it when it first came out because I didn't have Netflix. I still don't have Netflix. Yes, I am one of the rare humans on planet Earth that doesn't have Netflix. I'm spending my money on other things. But I was starting to hear that this show was coming out, and then my friend really wanted to watch it, and we were looking for something to watch when we got together, and she said, yeah, Netflix. I mean, yeah, Stranger Things, this is a show that everyone's loving. So what I did was I actually got the I bought the DVD. Yeah, it's streaming, but I bought the DVD. So then we saw the first season. We saw the first season on DVD, and then the new season started to come out, so then we got onto we got that free intro, and because they release everything at once, we started to we saw the whole thing in the free trial that they give. So just in the trial, we saw the whole second season. So then it took like a year to put out the next season, and all the kids are all growing up now. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's because I'm becoming such a curmudgeon nowadays, I didn't love the third season, and I didn't even finish it. And so I didn't watch the third season. I liked season 1 a lot, season 2 less, and season 3, well, I only watched like 3 episodes out of 9, so I guess I didn't. But I did get the comic, because what I like about when they do the comics of things, you know, a TV show, a movie, a streaming, whatever, is very passive. They release it, you watch it, it washes over you, it's enjoyable, yes, but a comic, you read it to yourself, you think about it, you become part of the story in your mind much more than passively watching a show. So I've been enjoying the comics of things more than the actual thing, and it's just cool that it had like a little side story. So there's the character. Here's my version with a quick sketch lines. Going to remove the pencil and then ink it with the final ink. There's, different ways to... There's different ways to do all of this, of course, but here's one technique that I was kind of doing recently. I've noticed in my old age nowadays, I've been having to take off my glasses to get closer to the drawing. My poor old eyes can't focus on things like the old days. Anyway, here's a close-up at this point. Well, I can do it like this over here. I have the technology. There we go. So here it is so far. It's the sketch version. I'm going to do one more pass of inks. Sometimes when I draw my things, I think at a certain point, well, it's not finished, but I like where it ended, and I'll end it at that point, but we'll see. So let me do the final ink. We'll do the final ink, and with that, that's when I usually do get much closer to it, to the actual page. This is, it's not exactly a brush, but it's got this fine tip. And it does make some interesting brush strokes. So I'm doing the old thick edge style. Got something on the Discord. Off topic. Aiden's pumpkins. I haven't seen you on the Discord very much, Stevie. You're probably doing a bunch of cool stuff on your Blender and such, but don't forget to share on the Discord too. We have that whole community there. So yeah, I'm gonna go over here with the sort of thick outline, internal outline, less thick. That's a style. And this will be my drawing of the day. This is obviously not what was in the original, but I will make it my own. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Part of what art is, of course, is what is in the eye of the beholder. And this is what I am beholding. So that's going to be my drawing of the day, not line-by-line recreation of the cover. And that's fine. This is what I want to go for. So that's going to be my version of this cover. I guess I can do some shading a little bit in the hair, but that's good at this point. So what do we think? Is that a 3 out of 10? 4.5 out of 10? Let me finish uploading that to the let me finish uploading that as my drawing of the day, and while that turned out great, give it a 9. You're way too kind, but thanks on that. So I'm gonna have a game going on there at the same time as I do my upload for it. So Insane Gamer is the opponent. I've been seeing my app acting a little weird recently when I try to upload. But let's see if it behaves this time. So today is 312 out of 365 of the Drawing a Day challenge. Drawing a Day. Okay, so we're playing with a blue player. So if I can stick this 1-1 and then start to equip it, it's going to do massive damage. Drawing a Day challenge number 312, Ruin Crab. Okay. 312 in the year 20. Well, okay, let's set things up like this. If I can get 1 white to mana, we can do amazing things here, but if not, we can still do amazing things. So today's 11:07. So yeah, it's day 312. In the year 2020. You just done one while you did yours. It's on your Discord. Ooh, let's check that out. You did a Halloween themed one, so I'll put that up on the screen in a moment. If you would like. Ah, man, that is mean. Okay, so we'll show. Ooh, that's definitely a cool Halloween themed one. I can already see that once I get into the details one moment. Okay, this is going to be devastating. So you killed my Valakut? Watch this. We are going to attach a short sword that is now a 4/4. Then I'm going to attach a Frenzied Rage, and that is an 8/7 Menace Trample. You got a double block. I know you like cats. Oh yeah, okay, I see the cat there now. A little cat familiar. We'll put it in the on screen in a moment. Oops. So what are they gonna do here? This Voltron deck, of course, falls apart as soon as there's a removal, and they do have black. So cultivate. Okay, they'd rather cultivate. Sure. They did that eliminate upon Valakut. Yeah, my app's, like I'm saying, my app's acting weird. It's still uploading, even though it should have already uploaded, so. Now if I get that angelic gift, well, close enough. Let us make this even larger. That seems to be an 11/10. Now they will definitely double block, but they're still trample, so. Probably, though, they will get their removal. If I can get one more planes, I can bring out my 10th District Legionnaire and put out a Sentinel's Eye, and then we have 2 attackers with massive damage. Because that will happen there. Yep. That will happen there. They still have 2 left. 1 black. That could be 1 more removal. Swarm is... They bottomed both. Swarm is that. Okay, so I did get exactly what I wanted. So let's see if we can get this working. We summon the Legionnaire. We pay 1 on that. Triggers off of seal. Don't need a seal. That is a 4. I missed attaching the... Whoops, I went so aggro that I forgot to attach that. Although it would have only just done 1 more damage. Maybe each week when you do one, you'll do one motivating. Yeah, let's try that out. Reminded me, you know, I do feel I was getting a little stale in the stream. You know, sometimes I've jazzed things up in terms of let's look at the news of the day, let's look at the card of the day, and for the last few weeks I just was doing gameplay, and maybe that's a little stale. And I know you're all too nice to tell me, but right now when I switched up with a couple of other different things, I think that's nice as a change of pace. So maybe we'll try that. We'll both do some drawings. We'll all do drawings. Stevie, I challenge you too as well. Uh-oh, what are they gonna go? They're gonna go get an eliminate because they have 2 mana left. So Grim Tutor for an eliminate or a... Well, hope if they get an eliminate, it's dead. But if they get a Heartless Act and they don't read the card... Oh, never mind. Their own Grim Tutor. Reading the card explains the card. Because when you dabble in the dark depths, you must be sure that you can properly play the cards that are evil. And the Grim Tutor is one of the most evil. Thank you, Evil Mage. We'll see you again next time when we have some great advice to give. But yeah, the opponent, you lose 3 life. They had 2 life, and they thought, oh, their creature's gonna get me. Let me go Grim Tutor for removal with 2 life. And Grim Tutor deals 3 damage. Sorry if I was doing that, I meant that. And that deals 3 damage, and they had 2 life. Let me go get an eliminate. And I just noticed that the opponent had 113 cards in their deck. Well, my picture's covering it, actually. One moment, webcam unlock. Let me put it right there for a moment. If we look at their deck, check it out. I didn't even notice until right now. Well, it's getting covered by the leave match. They had like 100 cards in their deck. So it's one of these classic, I can't wait to play with every card that exists. Types of decks. Alright, so let's start a draft. Actually, let me turn off this other light, the drawing light. Which is not properly color calibrated. But is it okay if I show your drawing on the stream? Mark, is it cool to show off your Halloween drawing? Alright, so let me pull that up here. Let's take a look at Mark's Halloween drawing. Full-sized right there. Very cool witch with a little cat familiar. Very cool dress. I see you use a one of those white erasers. I like using the kneaded eraser, the one that you can shape. Well, you can also shape those white ones when you need to shape it into the right shape. I like one of those. And then, oh, that's that one fine nib that you were talking about. I was using a not one of those good ones, but one of those ones that is a something. What mil is this? This is a 0.5 millimeter Pentalic. And what kind of pencil we're using? I was using an HB. He's at the best. The eyes are wonky. You know, we're always our own worst critics. I wouldn't have noticed. I think she is in the sort of like I'm looking right at your soul type of expression. So I wouldn't have thought it was off at all. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that looks good. So thanks for sharing that. And yeah, maybe we can try that. When did you say you ended up drawing that? It's a 0.2 and it's an H. That's a little harder than this one then. I'm going with the plain old HB. I marvel at people that can handle like something like a 0.2 type of ink pen. This one's a 0.5. I think at the 0.2 it shows too much of my hand shake. And Shachihata. And I think my handshake is too noticeable on my lines. So with a 0.5, that cat, he's so cute. Yeah, so good job on that. Thanks for sharing on that when you said you were gonna start yours. Oh, so you did yours right now too. Cool. Did you do yours off the top of your head, or did you cheat like me and look at a a reference? So very nice. Let's get back to the gameplay, and let's start a draft. I think I've had 3 of these at the moment, and I don't know how well that will help my gameplay, but you all can step in when I'm about to pick the wrong card. Alright, so okay, I see. Yeah. Well, you'll never make it as a streamer like that. You gotta keep it going at all times. All right, should we do what did we do last time? So should we do a Zendikar draft or an Ikoria draft? Let's just keep it going with Zendikar. I've been having that enough in my mind that I don't want to shift back to Ikoria. So we have 1 vote for Ikoria. Who will break the tie? I'm thinking Zendikar. We have 1 vote for Ikoria. Any other votes? And on this, you decide. I'm asking people because you can help me decide. So, what do we want to do? Kaladesh is coming soon. If we look on their little blurb over here, Kaladesh Remastered is coming soon. The only thing I remember about Kaladesh is that they had that freaking Bomat Courier that I hated. It was a 1-mana artifact that would attack with haste, and every time it attacked, the person could take a card off the top of their deck and hold it with the courier, and then after it accumulated like 20 cards, they pay 1 red mana and get all those cards into their hand. So I remember that I hated that Bomat Courier on Kaladesh, and I'm 99% sure it's coming back. I don't know why when they did the Zendikar remaster they didn't reprint Adorned Pouncer. I loved that cat. That was a double strike 1/1 that when it died you could embalm it, comes back to life, and it comes back as a 4/4 zombie double strike. I loved that cat, and it was only 2 mana. But anyway, okay, we have a vote for Zendikar. Okay, so I voted Zendikar, Mark Zendikar, and Stevie 1 vote for Ikoria. So going once, going twice. Any final votes? As we saw today, in the US, every vote counts, so make sure you vote. Alright, let's go with Zendikar. Let's go with Zendikar and see what amazing party shenanigans we get if we can put together a good party with some fun creatures that do fun things. The last person is always the one to say, oh, I'm supposed to click yes. I'm not sure why they give you a time limit at this point. If everyone's been locked down, there's no way to cancel. There's no way to cancel entering the table. So why did they give you like a minute to decide that, yeah, I'm ready? Because it's automatically going to go to the next screen anyway. So like this person, they never clicked OK. This should just be like 10 seconds. Everyone that clicked ready to go is ready, but here it just goes. Oh, that's weird. I thought. Oh, I thought I've seen it that if you don't click OK on it, it automatically sets up the table. But I guess if there's one straggler or two or whatever, and they never pick it, they don't actually fire a pod. I could have sworn that it would have. There we go. Everyone's ready. Come on. That's the first time I've ever seen that. People, when they play this mode, they're always ready to play. So I'm not sure why. There we go. We'll see who else is in our table in a moment. Okay, there's an Nahiri's Binding. That's a good one. Demonic Disciple. You can do some equipment stuff in Rakdos. Root Grazer does cool landfall stuff. Blood Reckoning, graveyard stuff. Sure Strike gets a minus. Vanquish. I think the best thing at the moment in this pack, seeing the removal, would be the Nahiri's Binding. Enchanted creature or planeswalker cannot attack or block, it cannot activate abilities. So that'll lock down a lot of things. Vanquish the Weak is good for big things. There's a flyer, there's the Disciple. It's like the kill your creature, kill my creature sort of thing. Subtle Strike, 2 mana minus a thing, instantly. Okay, yeah. So, Felidar for landfall shenanigans. Blood Priest for clerics. Some warriors. Nectar Pot for landfall. You get that Felidar for landfall and then a Nectar Pot for landfall, gain life. I love the art on that. It's like a little ant full of nectar. Very luminous, very beautiful design on that. Surplus supplies, 2 mana, draws you a card, pay 2 more, draw another card. So I'm going to go with the Felidar, which has got vigilance, and with landfall it gets just bigger and bigger. So if I then watch out for the green card to go search for lands, that'll be useful. Inscription, this is highly rated. 3 mana, discard a card, return a creature, destroy a creature. Sajiri's Shelter, something gains protection. There's another Subtle Strike, Might of Marasa, something gets +3. There's also the spellcraft. I could go with Boros. 4 damage to a creature. Resolute Strike, something gets +2. Oh, I'm gonna go with the Shelter, which is also a land. Protect my creature. Mesa Lynx. Adventure. This is Zendikar. Okay, that one I've been enjoying. Scale the Heights I also like. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Scale. If that Zendikar comes back, I am gonna get that. It creates your land, it turns your land to a 4/4. But the Scale gives your creature +1, and you gain 2 life, and you play an extra land, and you draw a card. Green gets everything. Oh, and then the Sky Cat. 3 things that I love here. I love them all. I think I should go for the creature. And then the enabling spells. Yeah, I want all 3 of those right there. And I think even that adventure is okay. Sorcery, look at the top 5 cards, reveal a creature, put it into the hand. It's not amazing, but it's okay. And then that Lynx is fine. Ooh, the Cannon Jerboa, that one's cool. Landfall, give all your creatures +1. So this is going to be like green-white tokens, maybe. Farsighted Depth, it's a 3/3. When it enters, both of you draw cards. Nope. Strength of Solidarity, creature gets +1 for each creature in your party. That could be a 0 if it's just these creatures. Besides that, we have a flyer in black. Yeah, I think if you keep getting good landfall things, green-white, that's going to work. Oops, I seem to be the traffic jam. There's that Zendikar, cool. Dauntless Unity, all creatures you control get +1. If it was kicked, +2. Okay, I like that. But I think a 4/4 elemental land is better. We'll see if the other one comes back. Smite the Monstrous, probably grab that. Maybe Broken Wings, destroy artifact, enchantment, or creature. I like that, but then there's also the Kazandu Stomper. It's a 6/5 to finish the game with trample, then return up to 2 lands for more landfall. Let's go with the big creature and then see if the Wings comes back. That'll enable more landfall. There we go, Rabid Bite for some removal. Once our creatures are big. Resolute Strike is good. Survivor gives something a +1. Yeah, I think everyone's like, you're holding us up. Reclaim the Wastes. Okay, this wheeled back here, so Reclaim the Wastes. That's going to be landfall stuff happening. Search your library for a basic land. Well, not exactly landfall, but it lets you guarantee lands. There's the Nectar Pot for more landfall shenanigans. Nice looking Rabid Bite. Yeah, where's that? Check out John Thacker as the artist. I guess the Might, make a creature +3 versus make a creature +2. Both are good. Another Zendikar. Do we want a Zendikar versus a Lynx? I already have one Zendikar, but there's, even if your land dies, you still keep it. And then nothing here. And nothing here. Alright. Ooh, Lotus Cobra turn 1. Got it. Fledgling. There's another landfall creature. Amazing art on that. There is a Mana Dork. Gnarled Colony. Gives your creatures trample. Oh, there's another Nahiri's Binding. I want that. But Lotus Cobra is... well, that's removal. Nahiri's Binding, but Lotus Cobra can just do so much. Let's go with Cobra. Yeah, people are tossing me all their packs. I guess everyone's kind of knows what they want. There's another Might. I guess here's a Lynx. It's a 2/1. As long as it's not your turn, this is a 2/3, so it's a 2/3 blocker. But when you attack on your turn, it's a 2/1. How many creatures so far? 6. Yeah, let's grab another creature. Grab that removal there. Smite the monsters, destroy a creature, a big creature. Yeah, everyone's... Oh, another Jerboa. Nice. Disenchant. Canopy Baloth. I like that one too. It's a 4/3 for 4, and then it gets landfall +2. So if I got double, I want that one, but this is an uncommon and people passed it. So it looks like people aren't really doing green-white. So that's going to be good for me, right? Makindi Ox. Ooh, there's another Felidar. People passed that Felidar. That one gets bigger with landfall. Okay, we can take a little break finally. Oops, not yet. The Arbor Mage. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, all creatures able to block it do so. It's not really amazing. I guess I'll go with the Broken Wings because that'll deal with flyers, enchantments, or artifacts. Disenchant has come a long way. So the Survivor will put counters. A turn 1 play. Sure. There's another unity. People are passing those unities. All creatures get +1 instantly. Yeah, I think this green-white landfall's coming together pretty well. Last pack. There's that Gnarlid Colony that someone else took previously. Practice Tactician. That one deals with warriors. Yeah, same here. I like a lot of the things that are coming together. So hopefully keep getting good stuff. Oh, there we go. Scale the Heights. That's what I wanted previously. +1. Although I also want that Tazim Raptor. I think I got 1 scale already. No, not yet. Okay, I'll grab that and see if no one grabs that bird. Oh, there's another Nahiri's Binding. Nice. Pressure point. Tap a creature, draw a card. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of good things here. A 1/3 for 2 that also gains you 2 life. A 1/1 for 2 that can put a counter on something else or itself, so that'd be a 2/2 for 2. Another Smite. Have 1. Have enough Zendikars. How many creatures do I have here? 12. Yeah, let's grab 1 more Smite. Hopefully the opponent's got big creatures to smite. Pressure point, tap a creature, draw a card, so that'll slow them down and draw me a card. Don't have any clerics, it's all like creature based at the moment. Let's go with another creature, the Makindi Ox. Ooh, no one wanted that Gnarlid. No one wanted that Scythe Cat, which gets bigger with landfall. I'll give them a good home. Another Nectar Pot for more landfall life gain. A 3/3 for 3, that if I kick it for 5, it returns things from the graveyard. Nothing at all. So if I can get that out on turn 2, that's already a 3/1. Coming down to the final card. Artifact Flyer. Okay. And then I got a gem. Okay, very nice. I think this deck might come together pretty well. I'm going to pull it up here like that for a moment. Gonna take a quick break myself, check out my cards for a moment. We'll come back and put this deck together and then go 7-0. So we'll be right back. Alright, so what do you think? The bases all around, landfall control. Alright, so we got 53 cards, 17 creatures, so there's a lot of non-creatures I need to remove. But let's take a look. Let's take a quick overview. Definitely, I don't really need the utility knife. Why did I get that Strength of Solidarity? Definitely, that's not going to work. Don't really have a party going on. Reclaim the Wastes. That'll do landfall, or help landfall. We've got Disenchant, but we already have the other one, which is a little better than Disenchant. The one with Plummet built in. Pressure Point, kind of removal. Shelter protects your own creatures, but just one. Nahiri's Binding. There it is, Broken Wings. It's 3 mana though. Faladar Smite. I got 4 Zendikars. Okay, definitely I only need 2 at the most. It's 46 cards. Guess I don't really need that 1-drop. Well, 70. How many creatures are supposed to be in a limited deck? I do this every week, but then I don't remember at the moment. 15 creatures or 17 creatures? 16 creatures. Okay, I guess we can remove... The Seagate Banneret starts at turn 1 as a 1/2. But later on with 5 mana, all my creatures could get +1. So that'd be a cool overrun tactic. Versus Cliffhaven Sellsword, 2 mana for a 3/1. Yeah, exactly. I want to go for 16 creatures. I'm looking at like the smallest ones at the moment. Should we keep the 1/2? That is a 1-drop. Later on, it can +1 all your creatures. Or keep the 3/1. Very fragile. Yeah, let's remove that one. Don't really need this Reclaim, I guess. Although that guarantees you to go get a land. The Unity gives all your creatures +1 for an overrun attack. Guess that Shelter, maybe trying to be more aggro than protective. Oops, I think I double-clicked. This mouse that I'm using is relatively new, but I've noticed that sometimes it does a double-click too easily. So I'm definitely keeping all, well, how many am I? Yeah, 16. I'm keeping all these creatures, but the non-creatures, what do we have in non-creatures? Binding. I guess just one of these Zendikars is fine, because the other things will get bigger. I like Scale to Heights a lot because it does so much. +1 your creature, gain a life, play an extra land, draw a card. So in Magical Christmas Land, that should do great things. If we were playing with sideboards, Broken Wings would be amazing, but since it's his best of 1, but this should hit a bunch of things, right? It hits either an artifact, an enchantment, or a flyer. I don't know, are flyers that great in this set? People always do blue-white flyers, right? Smite the Monstrous is 4 mana to destroy a big creature, and I'm sure if things go long, there will be big creatures, so it'd be nice to be able to smite them. We need our own big creature, so 1 Zendikar. Well, I have plenty of creatures, 16 creatures, and what the Zendikar does is makes another creature. Yeah, I guess we don't really need that Zendikar. Enchant a land, it becomes a 4/4 elemental with haste. If the land, when enchanted land dies, that's funny to say that the land, that the enchanted land dies. Drop the 1 land, go with 16 lands. Are you sure? Isn't that breaking the number 1 rule? Always do 17 lands, or is our mana curve? Well, I guess the curve is a 2.9. That makes sense. And it's 54 green versus 46% white. Okay, we'll drop 1 of these vintage forests. 42 cards. I'd be fine with 42 cards, or actually probably only need 1 smite. Yeah, we'll do with 1 smite. 41 cards. Maybe not even that Reclaim the Wastes. At 40 cards, I don't know. I guess I don't really need the Reclaim. But if we're at 16 lands versus 17, Reclaim would be useful to go guarantee a land. We're getting a thumbs up. Is that a thumbs up of we're ready to go at 41, or a thumbs up of remove the Reclaim? Because if we... I kind of feel I would rather remove the Reclaim and keep the land back to 41. Yeah, let's try it that way. 40 without Reclaim, because that's the 40. So we got a turn 1 creature, which can make all creatures big. Dauntless Unity, give all creatures +1. Or for the big Alpha Strike, 4 mana to give them all +2, +1. Mesa Lynx, 2 mana, 2/1, or a 2/3 blocker. Survivor, it's a 2/2 for 2, or put that +1 on something else. Colony, if something's got a counter on it, they have Trample. Nectar Pot, gain life when you landfall. Lotus Cobra, mana acceleration. Okay, that's gonna work. I forgot about that. That's gonna work well with the 16 lands. Rabid Bite, bite a thing. One directional, it's not a fight, it's a bite. 2 Jerboas, give all your creatures +1 landfall. And here is Binding, stop a planeswalker or a creature. Broken Wings, destroy a flyer, artifact, or enchantment. Morasa Sprout, 3/3 for 3, kick it for 5, and return a kicked spell. Actually, I've got a few kick spells. Scale the Heights, give a creature +1, gain 2 life, play a land, draw a card. Territorial Skycat with the new art. Put a +1 counter on landfall. Felidar, same thing. Smite for a big creature. Zendikar, make a 4/4. Makindi, it's a 4/4 for 5, landfall, tap their thing. And then the big at the top, 6/5 Trampler, Stomper. Bring back a couple of lands for more landfall shenanigans. Okay, and then we got the cool vintage lands, the European lands. Let's go for it. Let's get that perfect 6-0. I guess I'll settle for a 6-2, but let's go for it. Derek is the opponent. Okay. I can play the Nectar Pot first. It's a 1/3, and as I drop more lands, stuff happens. If I get my third land, I've got the Scythe Cat. I've got the Scythe Cat plus the Nectar Pot. Dauntless could make that into a 2/4. Alright, as long as I get my third land, I'll be fine. They go first, so if I get my plains on my turn, then we are on track. They have their own, nope, not a turn 1 play, but it did pause for a moment. Alright, that's a good one. If they play a third land and then play their Scythe Cat and then tap their Root Grazer, oh, they're going to do that. Auto-equip, drop a land, that'll become a big creature temporarily. Oh, no extra land. Interesting. Oops, I should have blocked that. Well, never mind, because it is... Yeah, who knows what they have. It's either pausing for their Root Grazer ability, or they have an instant. I would have done that anyway. Okay, well, I missed my my third land drop, so I'm gonna have this 2/2 as a sacrificial blocker. I should have put it on. I should have then put it on the Nectar Pot if I'm going to use that as a sacrificial blocker. Whoops. Well, they missed the land drop. Let's see what they do here. They could bounce their... Okay, they didn't bounce their land back. I guess they felt that they would fall behind. They're gonna have a Rabid Bite. Well, that's gonna be monstrous enough if I can get my planes. Nope. Okay. Well, soon as I get my planes, I'll be able to smite that. Yeah, that Root Grazer's really good. 2 mana for a 2/3, and then this landfall ability. I mean, this ability to bounce back and forth the land, and they got that equipment. So right here, they're going to attack. Yeah, 5 damage, whatever. Double landfall off of that. Okay. Magical Christmas Land is in effect. It'll be so sweet once against my plane. That's a sorcery, so that can't even help me if I want to double block. They're not gonna fall for this. Yeah. Alright, well, all I need to do is get my... All I need to do is get a plains and I'm in business. It's pretty interesting that they've managed to go this far with just one creature and a bunch of land and their artifact. They got their artifact, they got their creature, and everything's going amazing. Well, better late than never. That's an instant. Okay, so just have to wait. Scythe Cat, Landfall. So I still lost right here because, well, actually, no. They're going to equip that, drop a land, and then take out my links, but that gives me one more turn, and then if I can get one more plains, I can lock down their visionary. They still have something in hand. A 4/5. Well, it just never came together. Missed way too many land drops, nothing meaningful came out, and they just got their cards right away, so they really got a great opening hand with that 2-mana creature, and then that artifact, and then a million lands. I didn't get any lands for a while. Rupushuto. Everything that they needed seemed to be there, I think, exactly. So here, not amazing, but we'll see. Interesting, they chose to play that without auto-attaching it. So here, on the other hand, we're getting the slow mana instead. I think I need this 3/3 out first. I need a 3/3 out first because then next turn I can play the Jerboa, drop the land, and that becomes a 4/4. So that's going to become a flyer. Gets a +2, so that'd be smite territory. Okay, so what they want to do is unequip stuff, but we should get rid of that right away. And then that could be blocked. So they'll probably go for the flyer. Might as well draw first blood. Okay, so if they don't plus a Kiri, I can Rabid Bite. You may unattach this. If you do, tap that creature, it gains indestructible. Whoops, okay, that's a 5/4. Fine. Pretty good. Oh, and they kicked it. Not good. Okay, well, what I could do, I could scale and then Rabid. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, I can do that. To get rid of that big old I'll play that land later. So I can play my Ox, drop that land, tap their creature. Oh, I guess I'll have to tap that Felidar. Flyer. Alright, well, I don't think I'm going to win this one either. I need to get my Nahiri's Binding to take care of their flyer. Number one, that's now a double strike, so that is not what I needed. So, yeah, there's a flyer. Yeah, that sounded pretty cool. So they can unattach and become indestructible, so they can put a lot of air damage. I thought they would have unattached and it costed one. They could have unattached. That's 6 damage in the air. I guess they have one final buff. So I'm gonna have one life left if, well, they have one less blocker and I've got 3 attackers, so I'm not going to be able to do 9 damage. So yeah, I really need that Nahiri's Binding or Smite the Monstrous. Have I used that one already? I already used my only Smite, so I definitely need... That's not Nahiri's Binding. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to go for it. They're gonna double strike my big creature. No, let's not kid ourselves. They have an attacker, and in the air, I have no way to deal with that air attacker. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, just didn't get my removal in time, and this was another very synergistic deck. They got warriors and equipment and everything, so GG to the opponent. Alright, I guess one more. Either I didn't really pick a good deck, or I'm just getting bad luck. I'm gonna vote on I didn't pick a good deck. So, plus I'm gonna go back to the 17 lands. It's, I really don't think the... too paranoid that going down to the 16 lands was a good idea. I had those land drops that I was missing, right? Alright, let's see if we can get at least one win out of this. I guess people aren't really playing the event at the moment. This is 1 minute, so there we go. Ooh, they pre-ordered the Kaladesh set right there, so that's they have the Sahili avatar. There was that one combo that happened on Kaladesh. It was an infinite combo in the set itself. Ruined Crab turn 1. Okay, well, that's probably not going to be too bad. Ooh, it was my Cobra. There we go. So, I'm going to have 4 mana on turn 3. What do I want to do with 4 mana? I don't have much to do actually yet. Well, I can't really kick that into anything amazing yet. So I guess I'll go in with... I'll wait to kick that. Well, that's not going to bring anything back from the graveyard. Yeah, nothing yet. We'll just come in with a... 2/2. We got a couple of attackers. They're trying to do some... Well, they got a turn 1 Ruin Crab, but what else of importance is this deck? And then double drops. Okay, well, I guess they're not really going to have big creatures, so we can smite that. There goes a Nahiri. That's fine. I'll be able to kick the Sprout Ling, but what can I can bring back the Dauntless Unity kicked. Okay. Start to do a little damage. I'll have that Unity to give +1 to everything. So I guess the big idea with their deck is simply a mill strategy. If they pass with all of that open mana... Okay, so clearly there's a counter spell here. We'll just... Well, it is pausing, so they probably actually have like a flash creature or something. Well, that's instant. Yeah, I'll probably be okay. Don't really have much to ramp into anyway. And if they kick that, I guess I can live with it because that's still going to be 5 damage. If they counter that, destroy a little creature, fine. All of that still gets 9 damage. So they're still going to attack with that 1/1. 3-2, just getting some land drops. Isn't it more valuable that that dies as long as you control another wizard? When this dies, draw a card. Then bubbles snare me on that, sure. Let's see if this doesn't get countered. Although they could very easily have the removal. Like that. Alright, well, I guess they milled me enough to have anything useful coming out of the deck. What else is in this deck that could be useful? There's one... Both of my Nahiri's bindings are gone, so... And then I'm just getting lands. Well, GG opponent. I guess having a turn 1 Ruin Crab is a pretty OP play. And one of those... Yep, okay, well... they have, you know, 3 losses in a row probably means it wasn't a good deck, not the draws. Okay, well, that was a draft in Zendikar. I don't know if there's any rewards for 3 losses, but let's see. Oh, there's 1 pack. Okay, let's open a pack, and then... What's in the pack? That's that giant with haste. That one's pretty fun. It's like the modern ball lightning, right? 3 mana, trample, haste, and if you didn't kick it, it returns back to your hand. It's pretty fun. Okay, well, I've been streaming for 3 hours. I'm going to play one more game and then possibly wrap it up. Let's go for some Brawl. So what do we want in Brawl? Dragons, plants, or Ugin? Any requests on that? What type of game should we wrap up with? A big old scary Ugin, Planeswalker, plants, or dragons? Alright, let's try some plants. So that's that Phylath deck that's got some mana ramp, and once you summon Phylath, it makes a bunch of plants, and then when you landfall, the plants become 4/5s. So it's a Gruul deck. Let's see how that goes. Alright, the opponent is a Riel deck. That's Izzet. So let's see how many counter spells we might have here. Gardening is nice and relaxing, yeah. Alright, that Royal could help ramp. So, play turn 1 Little Girl. after this, you may sacrifice it. Okay, have to carefully make sure I don't accidentally choose to sacrifice her. Okay, next turn, I'll try to do the roiling. Well, I want to roil, but that is clearly counterspell territory, although it did pause for a moment, so it might simply be an opt. Guess I'll try this Arcane Signet. If they counter that, that'll suck, but at least it won't be as bad as Roiling Regrowth. No counter, okay. Is that an opt? Nope, they're still holding on to something. I guess they're deciding, no, we're gonna counter your good stuff. Aw, man, that is not a good card, and I don't have a removal for it. So, 3 damage to any target, so just gonna have to try to do this ramp. Grab a green and a red. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 mana. So I'm almost up to that Ugin. That's gonna be a little bit of milling. Okay, fine. Now, I know that I'm always talking about Brawl decks that are on topic. Like, why do I have that Flaxen Intruder anyway? Anyway, 1, 2, and no attacks. They should have still attacked anyway. So that's a Phylath that they cannot counter. So here we go, a bunch of plants. Unless they go to a blue mana and have a single blue counter spell. Nope, they go with red, fine. So that makes a bunch of plants. Next turn, landfall, make one big. Hopefully they tap out so that I can then Ugin, wipe their board, and then they rage quit. Okay, I can live with that. One final damage, I can live with that too. Fine. So let us wreck their life right here. What I was saying earlier about the on-topic things, Ugin is kind of like a cheat. It's a colorless, so it slots into everything. And once it gets onto the battlefield, it really tilts the field. So I am acting quite the hypocrite that I'm saying, when you make a brawl deck, make sure it's on topic. Well, what does a spirit dragon have to do with plants? But sometimes you can't help yourself. Alright, next up, I guess a Vivian. If the Vivian, never mind. So there we go. That's how tilting the Ugin is, that once you get that Ugin out there, pretty devastating. So what would they have been able to do against it anyway? They weren't able to counterspell it before it got onto the battlefield, so they might have been able to do a bunch of direct damage to it. That's it. So it's a dragon, yeah. Enough said about that. So, I think that's a good spot to wrap it on a win, and I guess the final thing is just let's do a quick overview over here of recent, if people haven't checked these out. Here's some of my recent videos that have been out on YouTube if people are interested. So let me ask people here, as you can see, I've been experimenting on the YouTube with these shorts. So if you don't know, my day job is a college instructor, But I've also got a side job as a social media marketer for clients. So I'm always trying to keep up to date with social media. So TikTok, obviously, is the famous network at the moment with short video clips of people dancing and whatever. And then, of course, before that, a few years ago, there was Vine, 6-second long videos and such, until Twitter shut it down. So TikTok has been, you just saw the opening reaction of your Magic Packs from the 90s. Oh, cool, thanks for watching that. Yeah, I'll mention it in a moment. So TikTok is like totally big at the moment. YouTube, because every network copies each other. It's just so funny to keep up to date with social media and seeing how they rip each other off. TikTok is big, so YouTube thought, let's do a version of TikTok, which is they have these things called shorts. If you upload a video, if you upload a bane of the internet vertical video and hashtag it shorts, and if it's under 1 minute, they put it in their special shorts section of YouTube, which I think is really only findable on the app. And that's their answer. It's YouTube's answer to TikTok, short viral videos. I've been experimenting with a few of those. If people have been keeping up on my YouTube, you might have seen them. On the one hand, I like a little bit more the longer videos that I make, but on the other hand, these shorts work. I've been extremely surprised. This one right here, my short about my veto deck coming soon, has got 177 views. This is 46 seconds long, right? This is this one about the which I, on purpose, it's kind of a horrible video. I didn't even like properly put the proper aspect ratio. I wasn't really trying, but it's this one right here where I'm talking about the veto deck that I just released. This one's already, it's actually 193 views. And if we see the stats over here, it's already made me a cool 4 cents of profit. But as you can see here, check it out. It's like these shorts. I released this on Thursday, and then, like 1 or 2 views, whatever, Thursday, Friday, whatever, Saturday, and then suddenly, boom, check it out, the huge virality of it. From 77 views to 114 to 200 to 273, it's at 291. Just that. And then if you see the real-time views over here, see that's going viral. And as you can see here by where's the traffic coming from, 82% of the traffic is coming from people on their mobile phone in the shorts viewer seeing my video. After that comes direct and then browse and so forth. You don't have much time with the baby and all, so you like the shorts. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming on that, Mark. Thanks for doing the support and everything. Go take care of that baby. Thanks for visiting. So there's that, and then the longer version of the video is barely at 17 views, which is normal. But yeah, I put a couple of shorts. So the whole point was I put a couple of shorts out, and some of them go nowhere, like this one. What comics are you reading? That's only got 3 views. And then this one over here, the new first issue is coming out soon. That's got 19. But then this one right here, new comics coming soon. That one's already at 1,000 views. Did Fanboy Gaming visit your stream today? I don't believe so. If they did, I didn't see them. I do not have a screen open always telling me who's in the stream. Just when people chat, it tells me who's here. So they might have come over. I'm not sure if they came over at the moment. So this 1 minute long video short is already at 1,000 views. And it is giving me a cool 2 cents of profit, but 5 subscribers. So that one was, very few views, and then suddenly started to jump up, and it's been tapering out right there. So Once it got to the 1,000 views, it's slowing down a little bit, but that one went viral. And then yeah, the video right here, this video right here that you were saying, Gabe, about the you like the comic covers, I like seeing the art. Thanks. That one I got the idea to start to do something like that, like, you know, just show a bunch of covers about comics coming soon. And if people just see the covers, that's fine. You know, a lot of cool covers like that one. But then if people actually go to the description, it tells you what are the comics. So if people really want to get to the comics, there's the names. But I'm going to do that on a regular basis, that I put out these, you know, less than 1 minute long comics, and they zoom by, but if you replay it, you know, you can replay it. So so there's a lot of those. So I'm going to be doing those on a regular basis. When am I putting those out? Well, I'm going to be doing 2 per week of these shorts. One on Friday, which tells you the comics to pre-order by Monday, so you see a lot of cool covers. And then I'm going to be putting one on Monday that tells you about the comics that are coming out that Wednesday. So I'm definitely doing those 2. Magic ones, I'm also going to be doing some on Magic, so I'm going to be doing those on comics. And then on Magic, I'm going to be doing them on Magic as well, sort of like a coming soon type of video for the longer video. We'll see if that virality transfers over, because like I said, I've got 193 views on the preview video for the veto deck, and so far the veto deck has not been absorbing the views yet, but we'll see. And yeah, the video about the vintage cards, I actually recorded that a little while ago. Do I have the date on that? I don't have the date on it, but that was a while ago that I recorded it, and I uploaded it. And then you enjoyed the video and the reactions. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get people to you know, newer players looking at older cards. And I have one, spoiler alert, I have one with our friend Stevie recorded along with Ben, but it seems to be corrupted every time I try to work on that video to edit it, like this one. And now that I've gotten more experience in editing over the years, I want to make it really nice. It's like corrupted, like it starts off and the mouth synchronizes with the voice, but then a few seconds later the synchronization goes weird, and then more seconds later it comes back, and then more seconds later it unsynchronizes. So I don't know what's going on with that version. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to release it, because the original one unedited, I could upload that, but then there's going to be no editing, which, you know, these obviously have to be edited to find the right funny moment and to put the intro or music and whatever. So I don't know what happened, but I think that version got corrupted. I'm gonna try to use some like software encoders to try to fix it, but like the synchronization is like their mouth is moving, but they're not, but you don't hear anything, or they said something and their mouth said it 10 seconds ago. It like is very obvious that the sync is off. So I don't know what happened to that video. If, you know, when I was storing it on my hard drive, it got corrupted somehow or what, but if it comes out, I hope, but it sort of feels like it's kind of too corrupted. Other videos that I did recently, I had an interview with Mari. She is a Magic player in Hawaii. That streams as well. Check out her video. Obviously, it's long. It's an hour and a half, but we talk about Magic. This is kind of better. This kind of video is a little bit better in terms of if you've got your podcast app, you know, Spotify, Pandora, etc. It's going to be better. Like, you know, go get it on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Pandora, Spotify, whatever, find VM Campos on your app and subscribe. And listen to it while you're doing the dishes or jogging or whatever, and listen to me and Mari talk about magic. I put the video version up here, but it's nothing visual. I used to do a version, to be honest, I used to do a version where it was very, very edited, that I would show the cards people are talking about. It was way too much work, and I do want to put out content for people, but the views versus the effort was not worth it. So I'm putting up a version that is just our voices. See how our voices are down there, and we're talking about magic. So check that out as an Evil Mage deck tech, possibly. Let's look at something right here. Most evil. If we look at all of my Evil Mage videos, they usually get a lot of thumbs down. And I think that's my fault in terms of that series is just supposed to be like a fun look at the evil cards, but people want deck techs. So I get a lot of thumbs down on them because people, I guess, expect like some hardcore CEDH Mythic Championship level videos about use these cards to beat your opponent. And I didn't really think of that series that way. It was more like, hey, let's have Evil Mage talk about some evil cards. Not like real strategy about it. I think there's way smarter people that can do real strategy. So it's just supposed to be like a fun thing, and I do them here and there, and some of them, like that one right there, Lutri, that got 369 views, Rin and Seri, 262, Baron, 259, Drana, 72, Uro, 54. I was very surprised. I got very low views on that. It was a very topical, everyone was talking about Uro. And then Teveshat, 48 views. So who knows what's what. If we go back even to the oldest ones, my very first one was Duress, 210. Fell Spectre, 240. Active Treason, 94. Mind Rot, 91. Assassin's Trophy, that's the worst one, 38. But then look at those ratings. Six thumbs down versus 3 thumbs up for Fell Spectre, and 7 thumbs down for Rin and Seri. 8 thumbs down for Baron. Again, people want like deck techs to beat their opponents and go to the Mythic Championship. Like, people, there's so many other way more talented Magic players out there. Go get the best deck techs from them. I'm trying to do fun, dumb stuff. So if I didn't give you if Evil Mage didn't give you an amazing deck tech on how to beat your opponent on turn 3 with Baron, like, why are you giving me a thumbs down? It's like, it's just a fun video about like some Evil Mage from the Oubliette talking about Baron and how he's like evil. Like, people are like way too serious on this. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for the thumbs ups on that. I'm trying to change things up a little bit by putting the card art in the thumbnail. You know, all of this like content creator behind the scenes stuff is like, don't do this. Just have fun. Don't worry about algorithms and keywords and thumbnails and YouTube changing their mind every 10 seconds. But, you know, it's a fun thing on the side for me. And finally, that I got the 1,000 subscribers, I can finally make a little coinage off of it, so it's worth it even more. I did a video on Madam Satan comic book. I really, really like that comic. You should check it out if you haven't seen the video. It's only 8 minutes long. Top 10 Buster Bunny videos. Okay, this one's baffling. 3,376 views for this short that I made, which was a preview of the Mari podcast. And people, the idea of these shorts is to then entice you to go watch the long video. And I guess the virality of it is passing, because if you look at it right here, that's when People were looking at it and now it's dying down. That's fine. It's just interesting. I barely learned about these shorts like 2 weeks ago. And they had activated it about a month ago. And for what I'm seeing, apparently YouTube was much more focused on making the shorts system active in India first. So that's interesting. In India, their version of the YouTube app lets you create a short directly. I'm creating shorts on my computer where I can fully edit them and so forth. And I was testing, like, because I've done a few directly off of the phone in a roundabout way, and I've done a few on the computer. Like, which do they want more of, directly on the phone or on the computer? Plus, some of the guidance seems to say that if you go with like 15 seconds long, that's also a short. I'm like, 15 seconds? What are you going to even show with that? So I've been doing to the maximum of 1 minute. And some of them hit and some of them don't. And it's like, yeah, well, that's social media. That's going viral. If it was easy to do, everyone would be a star. My comic haul video's been doing pretty well. Okay, this one's totally dead. The Nahiri, well, not Nahiri, the Zendikar. Remember when we did the video to upgrade the Zendikar party? Remember when on the stream I did, let's upgrade the Nahiri, not Nahiri, I'm using Nahiri as a thumbnail, so I keep thinking that. Let's upgrade the Zendikar party deck. That was only got 6 views, so people do not care about it at all. I'm going to do the video very soon about picking the box. It looks like box number 6 was first place, and then box number 12 is second place. So box number 6, I'll tell you all here as a preview. Box number 6 is actually number 3 of 3 of my boxes of vintage comics from the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s. When I first got into comics in 1987, between 87 and 92, when I first got into comics, those 3 boxes are basically all of those. So my original Amazing Spider-Mans and Darkhawks and Ninja Turtles from Archie, 300, or actually how much is that? 246, 600 comics from my first generation of comic collecting. And number 6 is the 3rd box, which includes Spectacular Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man. What else is there? Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Archie. So that's box number 6. That's the video I'm going to do, going through the box to see what's there. And then eventually I'll do number 12. Do you want a spoiler of what box 12 is, or do you just you want to be surprised about that? Same, you always give a thumbs up unless you rarely forget. Oh, thanks for that. Totally appreciate it. Anything helps. No spoilers. Okay, we won't reveal what box 12 is yet. The comic book review podcast that I do every Wednesday, I do the video version where I show off. Alright, I'll surprise you on that for box 12. So the Wednesday podcast that I do, if you listen to the audio version, I review a comic book, and then I do the video version where I actually flip through the comic to see through it. So episode 238, I reviewed the American Journal of Anthropomorphics. What's the full name of that thing? Yeah, the American Journal of Anthropomorphics, which is a vintage 1990s furry comic. It's like a really thick comic, just full of art and stories from the 90s. That one's doing well, 64 views. I have a couple of mystery items. I don't know if you've all checked that. There might be prizes and giveaways on that if people watch those. My Walking Dead one didn't really do that well. That's the one where did you all see the, if you didn't, that's okay, but did you all see the VM Campos Mander video that I did? This was a complete joke video as well. And that's got 4 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. That's fine. But yeah, I was trying to latch on to the popularity of the hatred that everyone had for the Walking Dead magic cards. And I went and did a video about inventing my own format, VM Composmander. If you haven't watched that, I have some very interesting rules on how to play VM Composmander. So those are some of the recent videos that I did on YouTube. You laughed about it. That's exactly what I want. I want people to check this out, to see that this is all for fun. Like, I swear, if I don't have, like, tattooed on my forehead, #jokes, people don't get it. People are way too serious. But, yeah, thanks for that. So there's a Babs Bunny video coming out on Tuesday. The top 10 Babs Bunny art on that. I definitely have to have the filter turned on about G-rated only, because people make art about everything and for everyone. So, all right, let's call it a night at this point. As usual, thanks everyone for coming to hang out. It's really cool when you spend a little time with me. If you missed it, Gabe, I don't know when you got here, but I did a little bit of drawing as well. This is just off of the cover of Stranger Things. Look at that, they're twins. This is off the cover of Stranger Things Summer Camp. And I kind of did the sketch at that moment. Your YouTube channel is already one of your top. Oh, thanks so much on that. I really, really appreciate it. I keep thinking, like, one day I'm going to do the, like, stream some drawing. But then I get too self-conscious about it, I guess. But anyway, here's Dustin from Stranger Things cover. It's pretty nice. It's a 2.5 out of 10. Thanks for another great hangout. Appreciate. Looking forward when you can play physically. Yeah, exactly. When can we play physically? And there's some new pirate cards coming out in the new set. You know, I swear, like, every time we're on the stream, I'm always talking about the new set, because yeah, every 3 months or something, there's a new set. This is a Commander Legends, so there's pirates coming in on that one. So check that out. Thank you for another stream. Yes, you're welcome. Next week's drawing. Yeah, let's try that out. We'll do a drawing. And did I finish this thought or not? I was gonna say, Stevie, we challenge you as well. It's gonna be a 3-way challenge, and Gabe, if you want to get challenged as well, we're gonna do a 3-way. Definitely me and Mark. We're gonna do a drawing. We're both gonna draw during stream. And then you still need to catch up. Haven't gotten the fairy tale one. Yeah. Well, fairy tales is cool. Eldraine is cool, but it might not have cards for what your decks are all about. And Zendikar is focused more on Dungeons and Dragons, like a party of wizards, warriors, rogues, or clerics. But the new one, Commander Legends, is going to have some pirates. So think about that one. But yeah, everyone, thanks for coming to hang out. It helps me forget that tomorrow I have a huge amount of work that I need to do. Yeah, you can't submit any of your figure drawing classes on that. That'd be great if you're able to. You're in. Cool. So we'll just use the Discord. We were looking at over here. Here was Mark's drawing. So if you missed this, he did like a cool witch for Halloween with a little witch cat. So Mark did that, and we can just use the Discord right here and share the pictures. So yeah, that's what we did. And the last thing that we did as we wrap up, I was showing that I had contributed to a Kickstarter to print. Where did I put that? Right here. I contributed to a Kickstarter, and I got this little art card right here, signed, if it focuses, signed by Kaya Folio, vintage magic artist from the 90s. And if you see that, it says number 1 out of 150. So I got number 1 off of that. And that is the certificate of authenticity for the playmat that they printed in their Kickstarter. So this is a cool card that I remember playing with back in the 90s. I loved Phil and Kaya Folio's art, very cartoony style. I wish they did more cartoony style nowadays, but you know, it's still very good art nowadays, of course, but this old cartoony art is cool. And if you look right there, it was signed by Kaya herself, and it's 1 out of 150. So when we play in person, when Stevie and Gabe and me and Gio and Angie and Catherine and Christy and all of us can get it together in person, you're all gonna cower at the might of the Kumbwaj, Kwambaj witches as they pin you to death. Did you ever notice that, Mark, did you ever notice that the white Kumbaj witch has 6 fingers? The black one has normal 5, plus a cool gem in her palm. But she's got 6. And they're like totally evil with their cute little teeth. And their vests and everything. So, and then that vintage magic background, right? Remember magic backgrounds back in the 90s? There was like just amorphous masses of color. Those were the days. So when I saw their Kickstarter being promoted, I think it was sometime last year or like January this year or something. I'm like, this is a vintage artist. I loved her work. I wanted to contribute, and I got the mat and I got the art card. It was a talking point back in the day. Really, what would people say? Like, that extra finger is how she's able to ping the opponents. Alright, well, parting is such sweet sorrow. Thanks everyone for coming to hang out at the stream. Really appreciate it. Like I said, this has been VM Campos. Check out any new videos I'm doing on YouTube. There's a brand new deck tech on Kolga, the Great Ape or whatever it's called, Titanic Monkey or whatever, coming soon next week. And of course, as usual, we will do the You Had a Friend with 6 Fingers. Was it like fully articulated and everything, and could they pick up like 2 cigarettes at once or something, or like what could they do, like a really cool live long and prosper, or like what was their claim to fame? You know, 1 cigarette in one and then 1 in another, like that. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming to hang out. This has been VM Campos, and I will see you next time.